Hello everyone, this video should serve as your review material in preparation for your quarter 1 long test 1 in Mathematics 4. So for LT1, the topics to review include the following. So you need to review the kinds of reasoning, statements, PMI or the math induction, indirect proof, postulates on lines and planes, angle pairs, parallel lines cut by transversal and perpendicular bisector of a segment. Types of exam, multiple choice and extended response wherein you are required to prove using PMI and solve some problems using your algebraic skills. For the general instructions, of course, you need to read and understand all the instructions indicated in the exam. This is good for 60 minutes. And for you to pass this exam, you need to obtain 60% of the total score. So that is 30 over 50 points. Use of any computing device or calculator is not allowed. For scratch work, you can use the extra space on the exam paper. And take note that for your final answers, you need to use black or blue ball pen only. Let's start with topic 1 or statements. So we have the 4 basic types of statements. So you need to know or master how to convert a conditional statement into its converse, inverse, and contrapositive forms. So please take note of this format. So let's have the first item here. Given a conditional statement, if a triangle is not equilateral, then all of its 3 sides are not equal. So we have your statement P, the first part of the if and then statement. So P, triangle is not equilateral. So that is your statement P. And for statement Q, so all 3 sides are not equal. Ayan. So for the first question, hinahanap natin what is the contrapositive of the given statement. So ang format na gusto natin, if contrapositive, if not Q, then not P. So una nating titignan ay yung negation ng Q. So how do we negate Q? So all 3 sides are equal. So yun yung ating not Q. So if all 3 sides of the triangle are equal, then ano yung not P natin? So triangle is equilateral. So our answer here is letter B. Okay? For the second question, what is the inverse of the statement? So kung balik tayo dito, so inverse is in this format. If not P, then not Q. So ibig sabihin nun, so we just get the negation of P and then also get the negation of Q. So if we do that, ang makukuha nating sagot ay letter A. So if the triangle is equilateral, then all 3 sides are equal. And lastly, find the converse of the statement. So ang gagawin natin kapag converse, we just get or interchange the Q and P. So ang format natin, if Q, then P. So our answer should be letter D. So if all 3 sides of the triangle are not equal, then it is not equilateral. Okay, also let's look at the truth value of the following statements. So for number 5, we have again an if and then statement. If a square has 4 sides, then it is quadrilateral. For this one, for this part of your exam, Hindi nyo kailangang i-memorize yung nasa slides na truth table. So what you need here is just common sense and some stock knowledge of basic concepts. So dito, kapag quadrilateral, alam natin 4 sides always. And square, meron naman siyang 4 sides. So for number 5, our answer is true. For number 6, tignan natin. We have here a compound statement. The first part, September has 30 days. Yes, that is correct. This is true. For the second part, G is the symbol for gold. That is not true. That is false. Okay? Pero meron tayong connective na and. So, true and false, that gives us false. Number 7, another if and then statement. If an angle measures 90, then it is an acute angle. So, this is false because kapag 90 degrees, that is a right angle. And for number 8, if a number is an integer, then it is a natural number. So, tama ito, no? So, all integers are natural numbers. So, true. Number 9. So, let's look at also the 4 kinds of reasoning. So, we have here an example. The sum of the first 2 positive odd integers is a perfect square. So, this is your first premise. Then, meron kang second premise, which is this. And then, the third premise. So, 3 premises. And then, you have here a conclusion. Okay, so, premises. Ito yung conclusion natin. Yan. So, if you look at the premises, so, specific siya, no? So, first premise, sinasabi dito, yung sum ng first 2 positive integers or odd integers is a perfect square. Then, sa sunod na premise, naging 3. Tapos, yung sunod, naging 4. Tapos, yung conclusion mo, so, therefore, yung sum ng 5 ay perfect square din daw. Okay? So, which form of reasoning is the conclusion based on? So, meron tayong 3 options dito. Deductive, inductive, intuition. So, again, if we look at the format of this example or scenario, so, specific yung premises, then specific din yung conclusion. Bakit specific yung conclusion? Because ang sinasabi sa conclusion natin, first 5 positive odd integers. So, specific din siya. Meron siyang specific na bilang, which is 5. Okay? So, specific to specific, based on our discussion, this is analogy. But wala sa choices yung analogy. But we know that analogy is a special type of inductive reasoning. So, we can answer here letter B. So, inductive because it is still based on a pattern. Number 10. Studying well results in learning well. I studied well, therefore, I will learn well. So, which form of reasoning is the conclusion based on? So, kumbaga, meron tayo ditong if and then, no? So, if studying well results in learning well, and I studied well, then I will learn well. So, this is a hypothetical syllogism which is under deductive reasoning or deduction. So, this is based on logic. So, let's move on to topic 3. Postulates on lines, planes, and angles. So, we have here a given figure. We have here a plane, and inside the plane, we have 3 distinct points. Points D, E, and F. So, which postulate best describes the figure below? So, the answer here should be letter C, no? So, if meron tayong 3 non-collinear points, then those 3 points lie in exactly one plane. So, letter C. Okay, so another figure here. This time, meron tayong mga set of lines. But, ang tinatanong ay which form or which points are non-collinear points. So, maghanap tayo ng 3 points na hindi kasali sa iisang line. So, non-collinear, yun yung definition ng non-collinear. So, looking at the choices, yung P, R, and T, that is eliminated kasi isang line sila. The same for Q, R, and S kasi isang line. For letter C, P, Q, and R, so nandito si P, nandito si Q, nandito si R. So, hindi sila sa iisang line. So, therefore, our answer is letter C. So, tignan natin yung D. Baka pwede rin naman yung D. STU, so hindi pwede. So, only one answer. So, letter C. Another problem. So, which postulate best describes the situation? Ano yung situation dito? So, 2 flat walls meet in the corner of a classroom. Okay, so I hope na-imagine nyo yung dalawang walls doon sa classroom nyo and then magmi-meet sila sa corner. So, ano yung mafo-form, no? So, if 2 planes intersect, then they form line. So, one line. So, letter C yung sagot natin dito. Okay, so ito na yung masayang part. So, trying to solve the value of the given angles based on the angle pairs. Tignan natin to. So, given this figure, we want to set up first an equation to solve the value of x. Okay, so ano yung gagawin natin dito? So, meron ba tayong vertical angles dito? So, I see here one pair or multiple pairs rather of vertical angles. Pero I want these vertical angles right here, no? So, if this is 85, ibig sabihin, this is 85. Okay. So, bakit ko ginawa yon, no? So, ang gagawin ko, I will consider these 3 angles. Okay. So, if I get the sum of these 3, so, gawin nating x plus 14 plus 85 plus x. So, the sum of those 3 should equal 180 degrees. Okay? Kasi they will form a straight angle or straight line that is 180 degrees. So, yun yung equation natin. So, if we want to solve for x, just manipulate this equation. No, so you have here x plus x, 2x, that is equal to 180 minus 14 plus 85. So you have, ilan to? 99. So 180 minus 99. So that is 1, 7, that is 8, 81. So 2x is equal to 81. So, if we want to solve for x, so x is equal to 81 divided by 2. Okay, so you can also convert this to decimal. So, this is 40.5. Okay, I hope my algebra is correct here. For the next one, this time, another figure is given. And UOW, so angle UOW, nasaan yon? Ito yon, UOW is 50 degrees. OV bisects UOW. So, what is the measure of VOY? So, nasaan yung VOY na gusto natin? So, VOY is this angle right here. Yan, itong naka-green. Okay? So, tingnan natin muna yung VOY. So, measure of angle VOY will be equal to measure of angle VOW plus, ito yun, WOX. Pero, again, meron tayong indicator dito. So, that is 90 degrees. Plus XOY. Given naman yung XOY. Okay, so that is 40 degrees. No? So yan yung magiging equation natin. Do we know the value of angle VOW? So if we refer to the first part, si UOW ay 50, si OV ay bisector. So ibig sabihin, kung ito ay 50, then hinati ng VO, so this is 25, this is 25. Okay? So therefore, measure of angle VOY is 25 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 40 degrees. This is equal to 2 plus 9, 11, 11 plus 4, 15. So 155 degrees. So yan yung sagot natin for VOY. Okay? Then for the second question, what is the measure of angle UOX? So this is UOX. So for UOX, we just add UOW plus WOX. So UOW given sa first part, so that is 50 degrees. And then WOX based sa given na figure, that is 90 degrees. So therefore UOX is 140 degrees. Okay, another question. Given the measure of angle A is 3y and the measure of angle B is twice the measure of angle A, what is the value of y that will make A and B complementary? So ibig sabihin yan, so angle A plus angle B, that is equal to 90 degrees. So measure of angle A plus measure of angle B is 90 degrees. So since angle A is 3y, pwede natin i-substitute. And si angle B ay twice ni angle A, so therefore that is twice ng 3y. So that is equal to 90 degrees. So one equation, one unknown, we can solve for y. This is 3y plus 6y equals 90. 9y equals 90. So ang hinahanap nating value ni y ay 10. Okay? Fourth question. BD bisects ABC. So mag-drawing muna tayo. So this is angle ABC. So nandito si BD. Okay? ABC is 4x plus 5 and ABD is 3x minus 1. So what is the value of x? Okay, sige. So tingnan natin. Itong buong to, this is 4x plus 5. And yung ABD, ito yon. So this is 3x minus 1. So what's the relationship of 4x plus 5 and 3x minus 1? So we know that measure of ABC is equal to twice the measure of angle ABD. Kasi nga si ABD ay, or si ABC ay na-bisect into two equal parts. No? So ABC is 4x plus 5. And then si ABD ay 3x minus 1. Okay? So we have here one equation. We can solve for x. 4x plus 5 equals 6x minus 2. Lipat natin sa right side yung x. 6x minus 4x, meron tayong 2x. And then sa left side, we have 5 plus 2, that is 7. So x is 7 over 2, or this is 3.5. Last question for topic 4. Ito yung ratio, no? So given a ratio 5:13. So ano ba to? This is the measure or the ratio of the angle to its supplement. Okay? So angle is to supplement 5:13. So, ang hinahanap natin dito, find the measure of the angle's complement. Sige, so tignan muna natin ano yung measure ng angle, then yung supplement niya. Okay? So, anong gagawin natin dito sa 5:13 na ratio? So, in order to solve the two angles dito, okay, so we add the ratios. 5 plus 13, meron kang 18. And then ito yung i-divide mo doon sa 180 degrees. So, paano ko nakuha yung 180 degrees? So, take note, supplementary. So, the sum should be 180 degrees. So, 180 degrees divided by 18. So, we have here 10 degrees. So, this is not yet our answer, no? Kasi ang hinahanap natin ay ratio ng angle is to its supplement. Yan. Supplement. So, since 5:13, you multiply 10 degrees times 5. So, this is 50 degrees is to, yung kanyang supplement ay 13 times 10, 130 degrees. So, yung angle na hinahanap natin dito sa ratio na 5:13 ay 50 degrees. But the question requires us to get the measure of this angle's complement. So, ano ba yung complement of 50 degrees? So, the complement is 40 degrees. Okay? Kasi 50 plus 40, that will be equal to 90 degrees. So, complementary. So, our answer here is 40 degrees. Okay? So, wag kayong malito. Wag nyong isasagot yung 50 degrees. Fifth topic is under parallel lines and transversal. So, ito ay medyo challenging because we have here 3 parallel lines and then we also have here 2 transversals. Okay? So, looking at these 3 parallel lines and these 2 transversals, ano daw yung value ng x plus y? So, una, what is x? No? So, kung ang tingin lang natin ay yung lines A and C, so kung tatanggalin muna natin itong line B, no? And tatanggalin natin ito, so mas simple yung ating magiging figure. So, we can see here that x and 55, they are corresponding angles. And we know that corresponding angles are congruent. So, x is 55 degrees. Okay? How about yung y? No? So, kapag ang tingin natin ay matatanggal itong line A, and then matatanggal itong transversal line na ito, okay? So, meron tayong ano yung natirang line. So, we have here a 70 degree angle, and then we have here your y. So, if this is 70, ibig sabihin yung ka-pair niya dito sa taas, this is 110 degrees kasi they are supplementary. And itong 110 degree na ito, this is corresponding angle. Yung ka-pair niya ay si y. So, therefore, y ay 110 degrees. Okay? So, if we want to solve x plus y, that is just equal to 165 degrees. Okay? Parallel lines J and K cut by transversal L. Find the value of the following: x, measure of angle 2, measure of angle 6, and measure of angle 7. So, tignan muna natin yung sa x, no? So, looking at the figure, ang may x ay si angle 3 and meron ding x si angle 6. So, we know that angle 3 and angle 6, they are corresponding angles. So we can equate them. Measure of angle 3 is equal to measure of angle 6. So substitute 2x plus 5, that is angle 3. And then for angle 6, that is 3x minus 13. So solving for x, 3x minus 2x, that is x. 5 plus 13, that is 18. Okay, so x is 18. Lagay natin dito. Next, what is angle 2? So for us to do that, so isolve na natin si angle 6. So measure of angle 6 is 3 times x, which is 18, minus 13. 3 times 18, meron tayo ditong, ilan to? 54. 54 minus 13, this is 41. So if measure of angle 6 is 41, what is measure of angle 2? So they form a linear pair. Angle 6 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore, measure of angle 2 is 180 minus 41. This is 139 degrees. So 139. Measure of angle 6, okay, alam na natin yan, 41. And then measure of angle 7, so angle 2 and angle 7 are vertical angles. So they are equal. So 139 degrees din ang sagot natin dito. Okay, so when finding the measurement of angles, huwag niyong kalimutang maglagay ng degree symbol. Okay, topic 6 is under perpendicular bisector of a segment. So for item 1, DB is a perpendicular bisector of segment AC. So drawing natin. So this is segment AC, and then we have here a perpendicular bisector. Ang tawag natin dito ay DB. So nandito si point D. Let's say nandito si point B. Yan. So ito si AC. Ito yung na-bisect. So equal yan. So if AD, ito daw ay 3x plus 12, and si CD naman ay 5x, so what is the length of AD? Okay, so using perpendicular bisector theorem, so equidistant yung point D sa end points na A and C. So we can say that 3x plus 12 is equal to 5x. Solving for x, this is equal to 6. But that's not the answer because we are solving for AD. AD is 3x plus 12, so that is 3 times 6 plus 12. 18 plus 12 equals 30. So yun yung length ng AD. Which property is true for any point on the perpendicular bisector of a segment? Ayan, so kakadiscuss lang natin kanina. So any point on the perpendicular bisector is equidistant from both endpoints. So letter B yung sagot. I hope makuha nyo to sa exam. Okay, so last topic, mathematical induction. So itong part na to, this is the proving part, wherein similar sa FA na ginawa natin, fill in the blanks. Okay, so suppose ito yung given sa exam. Prove that the sum of the first n natural numbers is given by this formula. So fill in the blanks natin, no? So what is our P of n? So our P of n is just the given general formula. So kopyahin lang natin. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus ... plus n, that is equal to n times n plus 1 over 2. Okay? So proceed tayo sa base step since meron na tayong P of n, which is this one. So for the base step, we need to show that P of n is true for n is equal to 1. So ibig sabihin nun, left side should be equal to the right side para maging true yung base step natin. So for the left side, since iisa lang yung term natin, so ano yung matitira dito sa left side? So that is just 1. Okay? For the right side, so let's look at the right side. Ito yung term na yan. But since n is equal to 1, this becomes 1 times 1 plus 1 over 2. If we simplify, this is just equal to 1. So left side is equal to right side, therefore P of 1 holds. So tapos na tayo sa base step. This time, proceed tayo sa inductive step. For step 2A, ito, kailangan nating i-perform or i-generate yung inductive hypothesis. So dito, we are going to assume that P of K is true. So ano yung magiging P of K natin? So balik tayo sa P of N. Yung N, papalitan lang natin ng K. So our P of K will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus plus yung N, again, papalitan ko ng K, is equal to K times K plus 1 over 2. Okay? Second, or the last step, this is step 2A, 2B. We must show that P of N is true for its next term ng K plus 1. Okay, so ito yun, no? So this is your P of K plus 1. Let's say given na siya, no? So we're going to fill in the blanks. Ito, no? Sige. So this is yung magiging working side natin, no? So paano natin to isi-simplify? So sabi dito na regroup yung mga terms. So we have here your first group, and then you have here your second group. Okay, sige. So for the first group, itong naka-shade na yellow, so saan yan equal? Or ano ba yung mga kamukha niya based on the previous steps? So kung babalik tayo sa previous step, itong naka-shade ng yellow ay equal siya dito sa K times K plus 1 over 2. So yun yung sasagot natin dito. So this is K times K plus 1 over 2. Okay? And then meron na siyang binigay, no, na next steps. So kailangan lang nating i-simplify ito. So meron kang hint dito, you need to factor it out daw. So ang ifa-factor out natin ay yung sa numerator. So K squared plus 3K plus 2, that is K plus 2 times K plus 1 all over 2. Okay? And yan. So I think wala nang fill in the blanks dito. So this is the last blank. So ibig sabihin the inductive step is done. So therefore by PMI, na-prove na natin na yung general equation ay true. Ayan. So I hope masagutan nyo to PMI part ng exam. So fill in the blanks. So you just need to be familiar yung sequencing ng steps. So again, mauuna si base step and then inductive step. So 2A is inductive hypothesis, and then 2B, so show that K plus 1 is also true. So this is the end of this review session. Good luck everyone.